Hi, everyone. It's Monday, 17th of July. We'll be working on the shoulders, upper back, and around the shoulder blades where we can often hold a lot of tension. And at the end of class today, I've organized for us to put our legs up, put our feet up in a position called Viparita Karani, where it helps to drain the legs. For someone who feels that they have water retention in the legs, Viparita Karani is a wonderful thing to do, especially after exercising. So have either a block or a pillow ready. We'll also be working with the tennis ball. So this is what we're going to be doing first. Take your tennis ball and sit down onto your mat. So in the first position, you could either sit down onto your heels like I'm doing or cross your ankles. If you want, you can use your block to sit and cross your ankles in front of you. And we'll just do a quick breathing exercise before lying down on our back. I want you to hold the tennis ball in your hands. You can clasp your hands around the tennis ball, and it's actually a really nice sensation to have a sphere in your hands. Close your eyes, lower your shoulders, but lift your chest. I've mentioned this before, that when you want to feel energized and also confident and feeling well, it's your chest that needs to lift. As if we've got a flashlight right at the chest, we want to point it diagonally upwards. And the phrase I use with this is that a confident feeling is where the wall meets the ceiling. So that's where you need to lift your chest and shine the light. Confident feeling is where the wall meets the ceiling. With the tennis ball in your hands, breathe in and out through your nose, calmly and in a relaxed manner. At the same time, see if you can keep that chest lifted. See if you can also get the breath into the ribs. Have the chest, upper ribs, and even the upper back moving with the breath. Relax your jaw. Relax all the muscles in the face. Just give yourself that break right now between your morning activities and the yoga class right now. Give yourself that moment of just pausing and observing. One more deep breath in and let it out. Good. Keeping the tennis ball, lift up your knees, and we're going to lie down onto our backs. You'll place the tennis ball just to the inside between the shoulder blade and the spine. Your head can be relaxed on the floor, and there's some pressure on the tennis ball. Now, if it feels very uncomfortable, you can, of course, roll a little bit more weight on your left shoulder, so there's not so much pressure on the tennis ball. Just decide for you what works the best. And then stretch your right arm down by your side. Begin to make a circle with the shoulder. So this massages the muscle in between the shoulder blade and the spine. There are actually a few layers of muscle there. And that can get very tense during the day. After making the shoulder circles, raise your right arm and open your right arm out to the side, and then bring it across your body as if you want to lay the arm against the chest. And again, breathe in, open the arm out to the side. Breathe out, bring the arm across your body. Breathing in, open. Breathing out, closing. Just notice what's happening. Please don't go into any severe pain. It may be uncomfortable, but it shouldn't be severely painful. Okay, now bring the arm back down by your side, and let's bring the arm over the head. Reach behind you. And again, down by your side, over your head. 3 more times. See if you can make the movement smooth. Notice also if it affects the neck and maybe even the middle back. 1 more time. And then release, take the ball out from underneath and lower the shoulder blade onto your mat. And just take a couple of deep breaths here. Notice the difference between the right shoulder and the left shoulder. For me, the right shoulder is nicely formed. It's falling nicely towards the mat. I feel like it's open and that it's free, that it can move very easily. Let's change sides. Place the tennis ball between the shoulder blade and the spine on the left-hand side. Stretch your left arm down by your side and make those circles with the shoulder. So it's massaging into those muscles between the shoulder blade and the spine. Keep breathing deeply. And of course, observing what's going on is one of the best things to take a first step in improving what's happening in the shoulders or in our posture. Let's open the left arm out to the side and then bring the arm across the body. Breathing in, opening the arm. Breathing out, bring the arm across the chest. And again, never going into any severe pain. You may feel discomfort. You may feel like, wow, the muscle's tight. But it shouldn't be a sharp, severe pain. Good. Do this 2 more times. Breathing in as you open the arm. Breathing out as you close it across the chest. Last one. Now let's bring the arm down by our sides and raise the arm over the head. Reach behind you and then bring it back down by your side. Good. Keep going with that. Raising the arm over the head and then down by the side. Taking your time with these movements. 2 more. Good, and I'm just thinking about when it's gonna end, how good it feels when I take the ball out from underneath. Okay, finishing up, take the ball out from underneath. You can place the ball to the side. We won't be needing it anymore. Lying down, let your shoulders fall down towards the earth and just notice how you feel in both shoulders now. My shoulders feel open, they feel flexible, like I can move them easily. So now let's stretch the legs onto the floor. Taking a deep breath in, raise your arms over your head. Breathe out, bring the right knee up to the chest and squeeze it up towards the chest. And again, breathe in, raise the arms over the head. Breathe out, now the left knee up towards the chest, squeezing it in. And again, breathing in, reaching. Breathing out, squeezing. Breathing in, reaching. Breathing out, squeezing. 1 more time each side. Breathe in. Breathing out. Breathing in. And out. Now lifting both knees up against the chest. Rock softly from side to side, getting a nice little massage of the low back. Bring your knees to the center, lift your head, nose between the knees. Lowering the head down. Stretch your right arm to your right ear and roll all the way to your right-hand side. With your left hand down in front of you, lift yourself up from the side, and we'll come up onto our hands and knees. Knees underneath the hips, hands underneath the shoulders. Let's take a deep breath in and curl the spine, looking skyward. Breathing out, round, look to your belly button. And again, let's curl, looking skyward. Breathing out, look to the belly button. One more time, breathing in, let's curl. And breathing out, rounding. Coming back to a flat back. Lift your head a little bit so that you have a good position for your neck. You're looking forward towards the front edge of your mat and maybe beyond. Right foot behind you, tuck the toes under, and let's softly bounce, pushing the heel back behind us, getting a stretch through the calf, and breathe in, come forward. Breathing out, press and breathe in. Breathing out, press, breathe in. 2 more times. Once more. Coming back onto all fours, lift the right leg, make a big circle with the foot. Change the direction of the circle. Keep the leg up. Breathe out, bring the knee and the nose towards each other under the body. Breathing in, raise the leg back up behind you, lift it a little bit higher and lift the chin. Breathing out, knee to the nose. Breathing in, lift. One more time, breathing out, knee to the nose. Breathing in, lifting. And let's bring the knee back down underneath the hip. Good. Changing sides, left leg, tuck the toes under. And we'll press back. Push the heel away from you. Feel it stretching down the calf. And then come forward. Pressing back, breathing out, breathing in, come forward. And again. Breathing out, breathing in. 2 more times. Take your time with this movement so you really feel the stretch down the back of the calf. And coming back, lift the leg. Big circle with your foot. Change the direction. Move the toes as well as you move the foot. Good. Now pointing the toes, lift the leg a little higher, breathing in. Breathe out, knee to the nose. Breathing in, lift the leg higher. Breathing out, knee to the nose. One more time, breathing in. Good job, breathing out. Bring the knee back down. Open your knees and sink back so you're sitting down onto your heels. Yes. Walk your hands out in front of you and place the forehead down onto the floor. If it's difficult to get the forehead down, you could bring your forearms underneath your forehead and place your forehead on your forearms. Take a few deep breaths here. Just letting go of the legs, the hips, the ankles, low back. Then lifting the head, look forward. Let's come up, keeping the hands where they are, tucking your toes. Take your downward facing dog. Feels so good. Begin pedaling your feet right and left. Getting into the legs again, the calves, the ankles, and the feet. Let your hips move this time. Let's take a deep breath in and move into a plank position. Breathe out, move back into down dog. And again, moving into plank. Breathe in, breathe out, push back to down dog. One more time into plank. This time, lower your knees, lower your chest to the earth. Point your toes, lengthening out your legs, and let's open our hands wider than the mat. Fingertips on the floor. So this is gecko or lizard. We're going to be rising and lowering with our fingertips on the floor. Okay, so the palms are lifted up. Elbows are lifted. Take a deep breath in and rise up, lifting the head, chest, and shoulders. Coming back down softly. See if you can get a little higher next time. Breathing in. Breathing out. This is a wonderful movement to spark some energy into the upper back and all around the shoulders that we just worked. 2 more times. Breathing in. Breathing out. Here's the last one. Breathing in, rise. Breathing out, come on back down. Hands under the shoulders, push up onto the hands and knees. Walk the hands off the right-hand side of the mat. Left hand on top of the right. Press your hips back. Lifting back up, let's change. Left hand off the mat, right hand on top. Press your hips back. Coming back to center. Hands back onto the mat, tuck the toes. Let's retake a downward facing dog. And begin stepping your feet forward very slowly. Take your time, small movements until you reach the front edge of your mat. Once you're there, open up all your toes. Big toes in, second toes forward, third. So you can stick your fingers between your toes to open them up. Open up the toes. Keep the knees soft. Grab your elbows and allow yourself just to float over your legs. Sway now from side to side. Then coming back to center, lower your arms down and roll your shoulders right and left. Turn your head from right to left, making a little no. And then up and down for a little yes. Now let's bend our knees, hands to the thighs. Help your back to lift. Round your spine as you pull the belly in, lifting up slowly until you're all the way up to a perfect standing position. Arms stretched by your sides. Now remember that flashlight at your chest. Point it diagonally upwards. Confident feeling where the wall meets the ceiling. Hands to your heart center. And we're going to get moving, so get the blood flowing. Take your time because with the heat, we don't want to overdo. Deep breath in. Raise the arms, stretch skyward. Bending at the knees, elbows come towards the knees. Bring your hands down and step back to a plank position, please. Lower your knees and do one push-up. Bringing the chest down as low as possible and push back up. Move all the way down. Point your toes, lengthen out, rise to a cobra. Bring your chest back down, tuck your toes, push back to downward facing dog. Now in down dog, I want you to pause here. Deep breath in, breathing out. Set your gaze at your mat. Deep breath in, breathing out. One more time. Deep breath in, breathing out. Raise your right leg up. Press it to the sky. 3, 2, 1. Kick the leg forward as far as possible. Step the rest of the way forward. Hands to your thighs, this time without rolling up. I want you to keep your back long. Push against your thighs to lift into a chair. Arms by your ears. And sink down 3 times. 2 and 1. Come all the way up to standing. Find that perfect posture where the wall meets the ceiling. Hands to the heart center. Deep breath in. Let's go again. Folding elbows to knees. Coming down and step back to your plank position. Lower the knees. 1 push-up. All the way down. Point your toes and lengthen, rising to a cobra. Chest comes down, push back, downward facing dog. Hold it here, set your gaze at one point. 3, 2, 1. Left foot up to the sky, push it up to the sky. 3, 2, 1. Kick it as far forward as possible. Step the rest of the way forward. Bend your knees, hands to thighs. Keep the back long as you press against the thighs. Coming up to chair. Arms by your ears. Bounce it. 3, 2, 1. Up to standing. Hands to heart center. Going again. Deep breath in. Rise. Folding forward. Go right down, everyone. Good. Stepping back to a plank. 1 push-up. Down and up. That's it, great. All the way down, everyone. Point your toes, rise to a cobra, and push back. Down dog. Hold your down dog. 3, 2, that's it. 1, right leg up, pressing here. 3, perfect. 2, very good. 1, kick it forward. Step the rest of the way forward. Everyone come up into a chair. Support the chair as you rise up. That's it. Okay. Bounce it here. 3, 2, 1. All the way up to standing. Looking good, everyone. Lift the chest. Hands to heart center. Deep breath in. Rise. And fold. Perfect. Step back to your plank. Excellent. 1 push up. You know what to do. Down and up. All the way down. Point your toes into a cobra. And push back. Downward facing dog. Good job, everybody. Set your gaze at 1 point. Stay calm. 3. That's it. 2. Good. 1. Raise your left foot. Press it to the sky. 3, 2, 1. Kick it forward, stepping the rest of the way forward. Hands to your thighs, coming up into chair and bounce it here. 3, good. 2, well done. 1, all the way up to standing. Stretch your arms by your sides. Okay, we're going to take it 1 step farther. Hands to heart center. We're going to add on to what we're doing. Deep breath in. Folding. Stepping back to plank. Hold the plank, looking forward. Hold it here. 3. Belly in, chest forward. 2, 1. Bring the knees down. 1 push-up. All the way down. Point your toes, lengthen out, rise to cobra. Push back to down dog. Hold it here. 3, 2, 1. Raise your right leg, press it. 3, 2, 1. Kick the right leg forward, only right leg forward. Turn your left heel in, okay? We're in a warrior position. We're gonna rise up to warrior 2, warrior 2. Clasp your hands together behind you. Stretch your arms as straight as possible. Lift the chest and lean back. Hold it here. Again, 3, good. 2, 1. Fold forward, right shoulder towards the right knee. Raise your arms up and hold here also. 3, 2, 1. Hands come down to either side of the right foot. Step your left foot forward. Bend the knees, hands to thighs, rising to the chair. Arms by your ears and bounce it here. 3, 2, 1. All the way up to standing. Hands to heart center. Same thing, other side. Deep breath in. Hold it. Stepping back to a plank position. Stay in your plank. Lift the chin, lift the head. 3, 2, 1. Knees come down. 1 push up. All the way down. Point your toes, lengthening, rise to cobra. Pushing back to down dog. Stay here, focus on 1 point. Deep breaths. Keep your belly strong. Breathe into the chest and upper back. Then the left leg comes up. Press it. 3, 2, 1. Swing it forward. Spin your right heel down so it's a warrior position. You can help your back by placing the hand on the thigh, coming up into warrior 2. Clasp your hands together behind you. Stretch them straight. Stretching the arms straight. Lean back. Open the chest. Hold it here. Squeeze your shoulder blades. Then fold left shoulder towards the left knee. Raise the arms up as high as possible. Looking at the floor. Hold it here. Breathing deeply. 2 And one, hands come down, step your right foot forward, bend your knees, hands to thighs, coming up to chair, bouncing here again, 3, that's it, 2, 1, all the way up to standing, and we go again, hands to heart center. 2 more rounds, deep breath in, folding, go for it everybody, coming into plank, hold your plank, this is so important. Holding the plank, getting core strength, core muscles engaged. And then lowering the knees, do 1 push-up. The push-up not only works on shoulders, chest, and upper back, but also on the core. All the way down now, point your toes, cobra. Yeah, and downward facing dog. And we pause here in the down dog. Pause. Good, right leg up, press it to the sky, 3, make it strong, 2, 1, kick the right leg forward between the hands, spin your left heel down, rise to a warrior 2, clasp your hands together behind you, stretching the arms as straight as possible, lean back, open the chest, look skyward, hold, 3, 2, squeeze those shoulder blades, 1, now fold forward so your left shoulder goes towards the knee. Yes, or it's your right shoulder. Sorry, raise the arms up, up, up over the head. 3, yes, good. 2, excellent, everyone. 1, coming, your hands down and coming into the chair position. Hands down, step forward, chair position, bounce it here. 3, beautiful. 2, looking good, everyone. 1, all the way up to standing. Last round, hands to heart center. Deep breath in. Rise, folding, elbows to knees, stepping back to plank, and hold your plank. Yes, beautiful. Good, Finola, Maya, Jane, excellent. Gitel, good, Luca. Lower the knees, let's go. 1 push-up, down and up, all the way down. Point your toes, cobra. Push back, down dog. Pause in your down dog. So this is somewhat imitating life. We have activity, and then we should pause. We have activity, and we give ourselves a break. So this is our break. Now the left leg up, back into activity, press it up. 3, 2, 1, kick it forward, take your warrior 2. Hands behind you, stretch the arms, leaning back, open the chest. 3, 2, and fold forward, raising the arms up over the head. Shoulder comes down, left shoulder towards the left knee. 3, 2, 1, hands to the floor. We step into our chair position. Bend your knees, hands to thighs, getting up and into chair, and we bounce. 3, 2, 1, all the way up to standing. Right hand on the chest. Left hand onto the belly, close your eyes for a moment, take 3 deep breaths. If possible, keep the breaths in the rib cage. Keep your belly strong, and the breaths only come into the ribs. Well done. Hands to hips. Bending both knees, I want you to pick up your left foot. From here, it's as if the left foot is stepping onto a stair. Bring your hands to your heart center and begin leaning backwards. Lean back. Squeeze your shoulder blades, open the chest. This is Shiva, Shiva Asana. Look skyward. Another deep breath in. And now looking forward, send the left leg behind you. So it's a small lunge, small lunge. The leg shouldn't be at the back of the mat. It's about halfway, maybe 2/3 of the way to the back of the mat. From here, it's your left leg that's back. Raise your left arm. Bring the left hand behind the neck and head. Swing your right arm behind you and reach up. See if you can grab the hands. If not, you just reach for them. Lean back. Taking a deep, slow breath in. Holding, 3, 2, 1. Look forward now. Straighten both legs. See if you can get both heels down on the floor and all 10 toes face forward. Lengthen your chest forward as you fold over the right leg. Folding forward, keeping the arms as they are. Let the chest go towards the knee. The nose goes towards the toes. And we hold and breathe. It's a good balancing posture. It's also really excellent stretching the back of the front leg. Release slowly your hands. Left hand comes down to the floor. You could also use a block or a pillow. Bring your right arm down. Circle it so that you reach forward as if you're going to reach to the front edge of your mat and then all the way up to the sky. This is a really nice movement for your shoulder blades. So let's do it again. Arm comes behind you, hand reaches behind the glute, then down to the floor, and then forward towards the front of the mat and up to the sky. And we'll circle one more time, mobilizing the shoulder. We massage those muscles around the shoulder. Here we're mobilizing. Now stay in the twisted triangle. The front knee can be soft. One more deep breath in. Both hands come down now. Bend a little bit more your front knee and raise your back leg. Your left leg comes up off the floor, and I want you to press it skyward. 5, 4, 3, lift it high. 2, kick it up there. 1, bring the foot down, feet hip width. Bend your knees low, hands to thighs. Lift up into the chair. Arms go by the ears, and we're going to pull the elbows down into cactus. 5 times. 4. So it's like this. We bring them down out to the sides. 3. That's it. Good. 2. Last. 1. Up to standing. Right hand on the chest, left hand on the belly. 3 deep breaths. Calm the heart rate down. Calm the mind. Calm your body. And bring your hands to your hips. Soften your knees. We're going to do the other side. Same thing. Raise your right foot. The foot is flexed. Once you're in a good position, hands to heart center. Look skyward and lean back. Hold on to it. Breathing in and out through the nose. 3, 2, 1. Look forward now and send the right foot back onto your mat in a lunge position. All 10 toes point forward. Good. This time, right arm up, behind the neck. Left arm down and reaches up for the right hand. Now we have different flexibilities in our right and left shoulders. Notice which one works more. And it's the lower arm that's turning and twisting and lifting up, which is doing the most mobilizing here. Lift the chest and lean back. Opening up to the sky. Hold. 3, that's it. Good. 2, 1. Straighten both legs. Keep the hands as they are. Both heels down. Take a deep breath in, breathe out, and lean forward over the front leg. See if you can get the chest towards the knee, the nose towards the toes. Press all 10 toes downwards, holding and breathing. Get that flexibility in through the back of the front leg. And then we'll release the right hand to the floor. Or you could use a block if you have one nearby. Hand onto the block helps. Lower your left arm to the floor first. Then reach in front of you and circle it around to the sky, and then back again to the back hip. Down and around. Take your time. One more. Back, down, and around. And we stay here, opened up in the twisted triangle. Look to the sky if possible. 3. Yes, good. 2. 1. Look downwards. Bend your front knee, hands come down. Bring them a little bit farther than your left foot. And we're going to kick that right leg up to the sky and press it up 5 times. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the foot back down into a chair position, hands to thighs. Use your hands on your thighs to lift your chest up. Arms come up by your ears, pulling down. 5 times. Squeeze the shoulder blades. 4, into the cactus. Good. 3, looking good. 2, and 1. Come all the way up to standing, arms stretched by your sides. Whew. Right hand on the chest, left hand onto the belly. 3 deep breaths, just calm yourself down. Hands can come to your hips. Bend your right knee, bring it out to the side. You could have it at the ankle, just above the kneecap, or the inner thigh. Once you're in your perfect position, raise your arms, stretch them in a V, lift your chest, lift your eyes, and hold here. Hands come back down onto the hips and lower the foot down, changing sides. Bend your left knee out to the side. Ankle, a little bit higher than the kneecap or the inner thigh. Raise the arms up, lift your chest, stretching skyward. Good job. Hands to hips and lower the foot. Excellent. Have your block nearby. And actually, before we go to the floor, I would recommend everybody take a glass of water and have a sip. It is so, so important to hydrate throughout your day, everyone, and especially once you get moving. Usually about a half an hour into your exercise, you're already a little bit dehydrated. Because of the heat, even if you don't feel that you're dehydrated, you do get a little bit dehydrated 30 minutes into exercise. So it's always important to drink. Okay, here we go. We're going to move to the floor. Hands to heart center. Deep breath in, rise. And we'll fold. Elbows to knees and step back to a plank position. From your plank, I want you to lift the chest, lift your eyes, step your right foot wider than the mat, then the left foot. Bring it back in and back in. Now start left foot wider than the mat and the right. Left foot in, right foot in. And again, right foot out, left foot out, right foot in, left foot in. Now left foot out, out, in, and in. One more time each side. Right, left, bring it in, and in. Left foot out, out. This is the last one. Good job. Lower the knees and lower yourself onto your belly. Whew. Hands under the forehead and relax. If you weren't sweating before, after that plank exercise, you should be sweating now. That's right, me too. Move your hips from side to side, and relax. Lift your head, reach your arms out in front of you. Softly walk your elbows back until you come into what's called a Sphinx position. A lot of people confuse this with the cobra. The cobra actually has the hands in a different position. The hands are under the shoulders. This is Sphinx pose, as you have your hands out in front of you and your elbows are under your shoulders. Push your elbows down, lift the chin. And we're just going to hold here in the lower position. Letting your back get used to having the arch. If it's too high, you could open your elbows and go down lower, okay? Then, bring your left hand towards your right elbow. Kick up your right foot and see if you can grab the foot. If you can't, it's not a big deal. You just bring your right arm behind you to have the action in the shoulder as well. If you can grab the foot, go ahead and grab it and pull the heel in towards the hip. Let your hips move down towards the floor and we breathe here. Keeping the position. And then release, hands under the forehead, move your hips from side to side and relax. Reach your arms back out in front of you and we'll move back into the Sphinx. Walk your elbows back until you're up on the shoulder, onto the elbows. Put your shoulders down, lift your chin and hold. Good. Right hand towards the left elbow this time. Bend your left knee. If you can, grab the foot. If not, you can use a strap as well around the ankle. And pull the heel in towards the hip. Let the hip fall towards the ground. Holding and breathing. It's a nice deep stretch into the quadriceps, to the front of the thigh. One more deep breath in. And release. Hands under the forehead. And move the hips from side to side. Lifting your head, bend both knees, flex your feet. Reach both arms around behind you. Now you could place your hands on your heels. This is the protected posture. Or if you prefer bow, you could grab onto your ankles or the tops of your feet. Or you could simply reach for them without touching, without grabbing. This is good too. Take a deep breath in, rise up into your favorite bow, into your favorite position, and hold at least for 3 breaths and for up to 5. If you can get the back to contract, to draw the shoulder blades towards each other as well, opening the chest and opening up the fronts of the thighs. Back down, hands under the shoulders, push up onto the hands and knees. Good job. So to release this posture, walk your hands off the right-hand side of the mat, hips go back. And changing, hands off the left-hand side, hips go back. Good job. Feet and knees to one side, come to a seated position. And we're going to work with the block or the pillow. Place the block between your knees. And I would actually have it at this position. You see, we have long position, 3 positions. This is called the tower position. This is called the flat position and the side. So I would have it on the flat position, as if it's going to be set flat on the floor, between your knees. It's about 20 centimeters between the knees, okay? Roll down onto your back, feet hip width, elbows into the floor, squeeze your shoulder blades, and squeeze the block. Lift your hips up. And we'll do little presses here, squeezing the block. So lift, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower the hips down, keep the block squeezing, and lift your knees up, feet flexed, okay? Now after having done those lifts, I want you to see if you can lift your hips, bringing the block towards the chest. So we lift. 10, 9, belly in. 8, breathe out. 7, 6, 5, 4, that's it. 3, 2, 1. Bring your feet back down onto the floor. Elbows into the floor again. Lift your hips up and hold it here as high as possible. Lengthen your neck. Keep breathing, keeping the position. So we're getting into our half bridge as high as possible. Squeeze your shoulder blades. Taking deep, slow breaths. Raise your arms over your head, reaching behind you. And lower the back one vertebra at a time. Very, very slowly. Once the back is all the way on the floor, open your arms wide to the sides, keeping the block between your knees. Let your knees fall to your right, and your left foot will come up off the floor naturally. Turn your head to the left, so it's a spinal twist. Good. Your left foot can be on top of the right if you wish. Keeping the block, lift your knees back up. Set your feet hip width again. Now let the block go to your left. Let your knees go to your left. You can set the right foot on top of the left if it's comfortable. Turn your head to the right and hold here. Keep the block, lift the knees back up. Then both knees towards the chest. Wrap your arms around your legs and squeeze the knees towards the chest. Softly rock from side to side. Take the block, setting your feet down, lift your hips up and set the block underneath your hips. Now you could have the flat position, or you can have it on its long edge and raise the legs one at a time to the sky. So once you've got both legs up, see if you can hold them there comfortably. If not, maybe you need to hold behind the thighs or grab a hold of your pant leg to keep the legs up there. This is what I mentioned in the message. We are draining the legs. Often when there's heat and we're standing or sitting during the day, our legs can get buildup of lymph. It doesn't recirculate easily through the body. So doing this position every day for a minute or two can really help the lymph to recirculate. So there's no retention in your legs. Keep breathing deeply. Now, for those of you at home who maybe are not as comfortable holding the legs up on their own in the air, you could also do this up against a wall. And I'll just demonstrate. Block underneath the hips, and you let your legs go up the wall, very simply. And you hold this position. Take deep, slow breaths. Both of these positions can be very healing. And they're also rejuvenating. as it helps the liquid and the blood to recirculate through your body. Good. Stay there perhaps another 10 seconds. Perfect, everyone. Bend your knees now and set your feet flat on your mat, lifting the hips up. Take the block or the pillow out from underneath your hips. And stretch your legs onto your mat. From here, simply turn your head from right to left, relaxing the neck. Good. And maybe you can feel already in a mood just to go into a relaxation exercise. So we're going to do a little bit of a different relaxation exercise today. It's kind of a classic yogic relaxation. You'll start with your feet. I want you to contract your feet, curl your toes, contract the arches of your feet. See if you can get your feet completely tense, and then let go. Let go completely. All the muscles, tendons, the ligaments in your feet. Feel like your feet become completely soft and melting. Now let's contract our feet and our legs. So you contract the feet, the ankles, lower legs, your knees, contract your thighs. You need to really squeeze and feel like you're straightening your legs completely. That helps to contract the thighs, get all of the muscles pulling in towards the bones, and then let them go. Let them go. Relax completely. Feel as if they're softening and even melting. Now let's do our hands. Contract your fingers, make 2 fists. Make your hands and your palms so tense and squeezing in. Squeeze, 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 and let go completely. Soften and release. Now your hands and your arms all the way up to the shoulders. So squeeze the hands, make those fists. Contract the arms, lower arms around the elbows, all the way up to the shoulders. Straighten your arms completely, getting as much tension in there as possible. And then completely let them go. Soften and melt. Now we'll do the feet, legs, all the way up to the glutes. Squeeze your glutes tight, and your hands, arms, and shoulders. Contract, contract, contract. Feet, legs, glutes, hands, arms, shoulders, and let go. Let go completely, totally. Melting. Now feet, legs, glutes, tummy, chest, back, hands, arms, shoulders, all the way up to the neck. Everything. Contract it all the way up to the neck. Go, 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 go. Tight, 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 tight. And relax. Let it all go. Softening. Melting. This time, feet, legs, all the way up to the glutes, tummy, back, shoulders, arms, hands, neck. Clench your jaw really tight and squeeze your face. Squeeze your eyes shut. Squeeze your mouth, make a contraction in the face as tight as possible. Everything from head to toes, tight, 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 tight. And let go. Completely let go. It's the polar opposites that increase their intensity. So the more intensely you contract, the more intensely you'll be able to let go. Last time. Heavy contraction, feet, legs, glutes, back, chest, all the way up to the neck, hands, arms, shoulders. Clench your jaw, make a face with the muscles in the face, squeeze the teeth, squeeze the eyes shut, squeeze everything tight, 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 tight. And let go. Oh, completely letting go now. Soften everything from your feet to your knees, to your hips, to your back, to your tummy, to your chest, to the shoulders, arms and hands, to your jaw, your face, all the muscles around the eyes and the mouth. Soften and melt. Fully relaxed. Allowing yourself to fully let go. Three deep, relaxing breaths. Breathing in deeply and breathing out deeply. Letting go. And again. That's one. And moving now your fingers and your toes. When you're ready, raise your arms over your head, reaching from fingers to toes, stretch your body. And then bring your knees up to your chest. Squeeze the knees against the chest. Rocking softly from side to side. Stretch your right arm to your right ear. Roll all the way to your right hand side. And lift yourself up from the side, coming to a seated position. And let's rub our hands together. Bring your hands over your face. Gently tapping around the eyes, shaking out. One more time. Hands at your heart center. And I wish you all a lovely, relaxing afternoon. Thanks for joining. Namaste.